Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us again on our third online training session. Our training session for today is about how to manage waste. The objective of our today's session is, first, is to create awareness on the importance of practicing the TR concept in our daily lives. So, let's begin this session. Having trouble keeping up with your family's garbage output? Putting a bit more thought into the way you manage your household waste can help you get more organized. With careful planning, you will be able to save money and have less of an impact on the environment by reuse, reduce, recycle. Firstly, before we move on, let's take a look on a video Reduce, Reuse and Recycle to enjoy a better life.
Hello, I am the Earth. Yep, the very planet you live on. There are three words which start with the letter R, which I love. They are reduce, reuse, and recycle. Do you know why I love them so much? Because they are almost magical words. They can make all living things, as well as myself, be happier. I said that they're almost magical because without your help, it won't work. They need all of you children in order to do the trick. Each and every one of you are the real 3R's magicians, those three words which can change the world. Do you want to know how? Yes? Well, let's find out. The first R is for reduce. If you think about it, there are many things you don't need. When you go to the supermarket, I'm sure you can take your own canvas bags instead of using disposable ones given to you. Like that, you will be reducing the amount of plastic, which is very contaminating. And I'm sure that you don't need to print out so many documents or photos, nor leave lights, television, or computers on when you're not using them. If you remember this, you'll be reducing the amount of paper being used as well as energy, and in turn will be helping to reduce the contamination. And these are just a few examples. I am sure you can think of many more different ways to reduce what you are using or creating unnecessary waste. The following question will help you with this task. Do I really need this, or is this just a whim? The second R is for recycling. Now, it is easier than ever to recycle things we don't need anymore so that they can be reused. Near your home, you can find places like the recycling station and containers for cans, plastic, paper, or organic waste. They each have specific colors to make it easier to identify. By using them, you will avoid contaminating nature, the rivers and seas, as well as the atmosphere, which is the air we breathe. And finally, we have the third R, which refers to reuse. How many things do you think we can reuse again and again instead of throwing them away? Let's see. A piece of paper that has only one side printed on, a carton box, a plastic bottle. You think now. With just a little bit of imagination, I'm sure you can come up with many more exciting and fun new uses for them. And remember, if you apply the 3R's rule, you will make me a much cleaner planet with less contamination and where we can all enjoy a better life. Because, as you know, children can make a world of difference.
The first R is reuse. We can reuse by donate items when possible. If you have old clothing, electronics, or other items you don't want but are still in decent shape, donate them instead of throwing them out in the trash. Reuse containers. Durable containers can be reused a number of times before they need to go out with the garbage or recycling. Use paper bags to hold recyclables if you don't have a bin. Reuse paper by printing on both sides or letting your children draw on the back of used paper. Use food grade glass containers that didn't previously contain anything toxic to store dry goods and leftovers. Plastic containers are fine to use for storage, but careful about reusing them too many times to store food. Plastic, even if it is food grade plastic, can eventually break down and start leaching chemicals into the food. These are examples of reused drinking plastic bottles into a green wall system as a decoration wall and as a container. How about wastewater? Can we reuse it? Of course. Let's take a look at a video on a system of how to reuse wastewater at your home. Now, the second R is reduce. You can reduce our waistline by number 1, reducing your garbage. Bring your own reusable cloth bags instead of accepting plastic bags from the store. Use boxes to put all the groceries instead of plastic bags. Buy food that has less packaging. Look for ways to buy food with minimal packaging, especially plastic packaging. Buy bulky or big amount. Do vermicomposting. You can make your own worm composting system. Don't use bottled drinks unless you have to. If you do choose to buy drinks by the bottle, choose large containers rather than small ones. Reduce your paper usage. Go paperless when it comes to bills. Choose to pay them online instead of reading your news online, instead of having a newspaper. Number 2, change style of cooking. Instead of frying, change it into grill, steam, and boil to reduce amount of used cooking oil. It also leads to the healthier lifestyle. But if you really have to make a deep fry cooking, this video show how to dispose of used cooking oil instead of going down the drain. So, please reduce the use of plastic bags as much as possible. The last R is recycle. Follow your city's recycling policies. Sort plastic, glass, and paper recyclables and turn them in separately. Drop everything off to a recycling center after sort it out. Dispose of trash and hazardous waste properly. Some household items such as batteries, paint, TVs, computers, and other electronics and light bulbs can be recycled. Composting. Save your food scraps and yard cuttings from the trash. Food scraps and yard cuttings don't need to be thrown out. Instead, You can compost them and turn them into rich, nutritious soil that can be used to nourish your garden. Used cooking oil can be used to produce soap or detergent, candle. Next video is summarizing the 3R concept in our daily life.
Huh?
Nya.
Please share with us the concept. Now we are at the end of our session. If there is any questions, you may type in the chat box. Don't forget our 4th year session is in on 30th August of 2018. Hope to see you soon. Thank you.